Hello and welcome to Commit to Find Your Healthy from the UK and International Health Coaching Association. My name is Faye Hall and today I'm delighted to welcome Lindsay Goldberg from IIN to talk about their commitment to find your healthy. So Lindsay, we have a wide-ranging audience listening to this video. So for those listening who don't know who you are and who you work for, please tell us a bit more about the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, who is a leading provider of health coach training courses and provide an approved full course training program at the UKIHCA. Thank you, Lindsay.
Yes, absolutely. Hi, Faye. Thank you so much for having me on today. And hello to everyone joining. I'm Lindsay. I'm the program director at IIN, and I lead the team that develops the curriculum for our training courses. So something, what we do at IIN, what we're about, what's central to our mission and our vision since the inception of the school back in the 1990s, has been to spread the ripple effect of health and happiness throughout the world. And I love this. This is something that actually attracted me to the school as a student once upon a time, many years ago. This idea that we can make the world a better place, make it happier and healthier through health coaching. Specifically that this starts with you. So, going through that self-transformation first and foremost for yourself, essentially finding your healthy, which is, what we're talking about here today. So very aligned. And, it looks different from one person to the next. And we have this concept of bioindividuality at IIN, which is essentially what works for me may not work for you, may not work for the next person. So when it comes to establishing a sustainable and healthy lifestyle that feels good, that feels authentic and right. And I love this because we're moving away from an era of very prescriptive ways of eating and exercising, this diet or this practice. And so it just proves to be so true. So at IIN, everyone starts here as a student, regardless of your goals for the program, with wellness as sort of an inside job. And
Yeah.
from there, you step into that state, you can share it out to the world. You can, whether it's through your coaching or personally for, wherever your reason to be there, it's like spreading it outwards to the community and beyond.
Oh, Lindsay, I love that. So it's like an inside out approach. So be aware if you go training with IIN, you have the internal change and find your healthy to look forward to, as well as the external career pathway. So that's really exciting to hear. So talking about the inside job then, the Find Your Healthy is an awareness campaign designed to inspire more people to try new activities and experiences that can improve their health and well-being. So Lindsay, what do you do, or what have you recently committed to personally to find your healthy in 2024?
So something I've committed to find my healthy has been to reestablish a consistent meditation practice.
That's nice. So what impact has the meditation had on your well-being so far?
Many, many impacts. It's been a really powerful resource for me for regulating my nervous system. I think stress, anxiety comes up living this go, go, go lifestyle that we're all just kind of accustomed to, and being able to have a practice. And for me, it's first thing in the morning. So before, I drink a glass of water, I sit down and I meditate. And having that pause, that practice of just stillness and silence before I jump into like the craziness of the day, it gives me that chance to get centered. So I bring that with me, but also to be able to kind of fall into that more naturally in my day. So that this practice of meditation, you kind of become the observer of your thoughts. You realize, hey, I'm not my thoughts. My thoughts aren't me. And you get this distinction. And then it's so fascinating that with time, you can bring that into like you're in an argument or you're stuck in traffic and you're like having the stories, I'm going to be late and this person and this and that. And you can be like, wait, okay, this is all, I can take a moment, I can breathe, I can find that still centered place. And that's just been such a game changer.
Yeah, so that sounds incredibly inspiring and exciting and practical and useful, how to live with well-being. So for anyone listening who's interested in trying this or starting a daily meditation practice, any more hints or tips for them to get going?
Yeah, so I think something that's been helpful for me is finding a consistent place. So For me, when it's nice out, I love to sit outside. And ideally, as the sun comes up and, I can have that moment of gratitude, the birds are chirping and the sun is shining. And I love that. And sometimes that's just, I have a dedicated spot in my office. It's a cushion, I light a candle. When you have something that can make it into kind of a ritual or something enjoyable rather than like, oh, I have to go do this thing. It gives you kind of a place to anchor in. This is where I go. This is what I do.
Wow.
And I think, like the to the extent that you can do habit stacking, which is something that I got from James Clear in his book Atomic Habits, which I love, where you pair, you have something that you do and you pair your new habit either before, during, or after. So me with the glass of water, that was a habit I implemented earlier on years ago. Now I know I have the glass of water, I put on my pot of coffee, and while the coffee is brewing, this is when I meditate. So it's just kind of like, oh, this is what I go do now. So finding that way that you can kind of make it automatic, but then also having that flexibility and grace that not every day is exactly the same. Life happens. So when it doesn't work out as planned, how can you, one, give yourself grace, not beat yourself up, because then there's stress. Now we're adding stress instead of removing it.
Yeah.
And where can you just find that flexibility? Maybe it's while you're doing the dishes, having like a meditative moment, or, if you take a yoga class, can you really like enjoy that shavasana at the end, whatever it is, to try to work it into your schedule.
Thank you, Lindsay. I love that. So the how-to is find a place and anchor your meditation into specific places. Habit chain it, so link it to something you already do. You've done that with drinking water, and be flexible. If it happens every day, great. If it doesn't happen one day, or if it happens in a different way, go with the flow of that and get back to it tomorrow. I love it. Thank you so much. So it was lovely to speak to you today, and thank you for inspiring our audience to find their healthy. Thank you, Lindsay.
Thank you.